Understanding the sanctions mechanism in international relations. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the fascinating world of the English language and its myriad expressions. Today, we're exploring a term that often pops up in news about international affairs: sanctions mechanism. This might sound complex, but don't worry. We'll break it down together, so you'll not only understand what it means but also be able to use it confidently in conversations. Let's get started. First things first, let's dissect the phrase sanctions mechanism into two parts: sanctions and mechanism. Sanctions refer to penalties or restrictive measures imposed by one country or a group of countries on another. These are used as a tool to influence or change certain behaviors, policies, or actions. Sanctions can be economic, like trade bans, or they can be more political, such as travel restrictions. Mechanism in this context refers to the process, system, or means by which something happens or is brought about. So, when we talk about a mechanism, we're looking at how something is implemented or executed. Putting it together, sanctions mechanism refers to the system or process through which sanctions are imposed, managed, and enforced by countries or international bodies. Understanding how a sanctions mechanism operates can be fascinating. It involves several steps and entities, each playing a crucial role in its implementation. 1. Identification of the issue. Initially, a country or group of countries identifies a behavior or action by another nation that they find problematic or unacceptable. This could be human rights violations, aggression against another country, nuclear proliferation, etc. 2. Decision to impose sanctions. Once the issue is identified, the decision to impose sanctions is made. This is usually done through a vote in international bodies like the United Nations or by individual countries or alliances. 3. Designing the sanctions. The specifics of the sanctions are then designed. This involves deciding whether they will be economic, political, or both, and detailing the exact restrictions to be imposed. 4. Implementation. The sanctions are then put into place. This involves notifying the international community, setting up legal frameworks, and beginning the enforcement of the sanctions. 5. Monitoring and enforcement. Finally, the effectiveness of the sanctions is monitored. This includes ensuring compliance from global entities and adjusting the sanctions as needed to achieve the desired outcome. To give you a clearer picture, let's look at some real-world examples of sanctions mechanisms at work. Economic sanctions on North Korea, aimed at deterring its nuclear program. These include restrictions on trade, banking, and the import of luxury goods. Sanctions against Russia, imposed in response to its actions in Ukraine. These sanctions target individuals, companies, and sectors of the economy. Apartheid-era sanctions on South Africa, historical example where international sanctions were used to pressure South Africa to end its apartheid policy. Understanding the sanctions mechanism sheds light on how international diplomacy and politics play out on the global stage. It's a complex but fascinating process that demonstrates the power of collective action in addressing global issues. We hope this video has made the concept clearer and more approachable for you. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Until next time, keep learning and exploring.